This video is probably going to irritate my liberal viewers, but I do have to talk about it because it was in the news. The Supreme Court recently had a unanimous decision that Christian-run organizations can fire and hire according to their own religious dictates without interference from government. And I have to say, I believe that. The separation of church and state goes both ways, and conservatives, fundamentalists, believe that churches, religion, should be able to impose on the state, that there is no separation of church and state. Secularists want to control religion and churches, well, not churches, but religious organizations, by enforcing the state on the religious organizations. And the Constitution is pretty clear about this, the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for the redress of grievances. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Church organizations have the right to exercise their religion freely without government intervention. Now, the case that actually brought this forward, I think, is stupid. I think that the Lutheran school, who fired Cheryl Pirich, the teacher at a Lutheran school in Michigan, because she had a disability, because she had narcolepsy. She was getting treated for it. And after she came back with medication, they fired her. And that is unchristian. And I do believe, but I do believe that the government shouldn't interfere. I mean, I also believe church-run hospitals should not have to provide contraception if their conscience dictates that contraception is against their biblical doctrine and their biblical conscience. I do believe that if you are a Christian in a public pharmacy or hospital, and you have that view, I'm not saying you don't have religious freedom, but you are under the laws and the regulations of anti-discrimination, of the pharmacy's rules and regulations. And if you don't, and if you're fired, I don't believe that's a violation of your religious freedom. But if you are a church pharmacy in a church hospital and you you should be able to do that. The question comes when there's federal funding, Medicare, Medicaid, etc. And that's a gray area. Because federal funds are helping go to these hospitals. But I still believe there are other hospitals as well. So if one has Medicaid and wants to go to a Catholic hospital, for example, they should be able to and have that covered. If you don't believe contraception is wrong, then you could go to a university hospital or a hospital not connected to a church. The another question lies if you are if your insurance only covers the Catholic hospital. Like my insurance covers Dean Care, which is a hospital of St. Mary's, which is a Catholic hospital. I mean, I don't know if my insurance would cover another hospital, but I do believe that religious organizations should be able to act as their conscience dictates. I mean, I believe by reading the Bible that the condemnations on homosexuality are about idol worship, or about forced sodomy, or about prostitution, basically about sexual pleasure. It says nothing about loving, committed relationships. But that's what my conscience, that's what my conviction is telling me. But if there's another adoption agency that thinks different and that thinks that homosexual marriage is morally wrong, they should be able to decide who to provide adoption services and who not to. Also, there was a controversy about a cake maker who refused to make a cake for a gay marriage ceremony. And the thing is, I mean, if the person refuses because of conscience, don't sue. Go to another cake maker. Go to another hospital. We are so paranoid of religion that we... I mean, I do believe that some atheist groups would be happy if religion is totally out of the public sphere. If churches really don't have any function in society. And I don't believe there's a war on religion. That's too harsh of a word. But there is hatred of religion. I also believe that if one decides to put a memorial cross on public land, they should be able to. But I also believe that if someone wants to put a Jewish memorial or a Buddhist memorial, any other memorial, they should be able to. I believe Wiccan should have that right too, even though I believe Wicca is a pagan religion, and it has no basis in truth, and I believe that Wicca is just this shy of actually demon worship. I know a lot of liberals will hate me for saying that, but that's what my conscience, that's what my conviction dictates. But they should be able to have a right to put up a Wiccan memorial or a Wicca thing without being, because that is, like it or not, recognized religion. Some conservatives believe that the separation of church and state, the religious freedom, is only for Christianity, not for Islam, not for any other religion. And I believe that is an evil, slippery slope, because if you do that, and if that comes to pass, who's to say, well, Mormons won't have freedom, and Catholics won't have religious freedom. The only groups that are able to would be conservative fundamentalists, like the Southern Baptist Church, the Presbyterian Church of America, etc. And so I do believe the separation of church goes both ways, but the secularists have to realize that. And I do believe that Obama caves into the seculars a bit too much. And anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. God bless.